শুভেচ্ছা। আমন্ত্রণ চ্যানেল 24 সাপ্তাহিক আয়োজন ইস্পাহানি মির্জাপুর চা নিবেদিত মুক্ত কণ্ঠের সাথে রয়েছে মোহাম্মদ ইমতিয়াজ। গত মঙ্গলবার ভারত নিয়ন্ত্রিত জম্মু ও কাশ্মীরের জনপ্রিয় পর্যটন কেন্দ্র পেহেলগামে বন্দুকধারীদের হামলায় অন্তত 26 পর্যটক নিহত হয়েছেন, হামলায় আরও 17 জন আহত হয়েছেন। আমরা আলোচনার বিষয় রেখেছি পেহেলগাম ট্র্যাজেডি, কাশ্মীর ইস্যুতে নতুন উত্তেজনা। আমাদের সাথে অনলাইনে যুক্ত রয়েছেন সম্মানিত এই মুহূর্তে 3 জন অতিথি আমার সাথে যুক্ত রয়েছেন। শুরুতে আপনাদের সাথে পরিচয় করিয়ে দিতে চাই। রয়েছেন ঢাকা বিশ্ববিদ্যালয়ের আন্তর্জাতিক সম্পর্ক বিভাগের শিক্ষক অধ্যাপক ইমতিয়াজ আহমেদ, রয়েছেন দ্য স্পটলাইট নিউজ ডিরেক্টর কামরান আশরাফ ভাট এবং রয়েছেন পাকিস্তান সেনাবাহিনীর অবসরপ্রাপ্ত মেজর আনোয়ার খুরশিদ। আপনাদের 3 জনকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। কামরান আশরাফ ভাট.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. What actually happened at Pahalgam that day, and what is the overall situation right now?
This place, which is famously called as Pahalgam, it is one of the most attractive place in Kashmir, and people all over around India from other states usually go there summers. And now this place, which is very far, people throw pony rides or by foot, they reach there. But what happened, these tourists who reached that spot, they were enjoying the whole stuff which is being carried out by the tourism department. But what happened, out of nowhere, these terrorists came and they asked them their identities, they asked them whether they belong from the Hindu religion or they belong from the Muslim religion.
Okay.
But eventually when they identified them as they are Hindus, they targeted them, they killed them, and they selectively targeted them. Among them, one was a Kashmiri local
But what is the reason? What is the reason?
You know, right now was about tourism. It was all high right now. Al Jazeera carried out this report that from 2024 till now, the tourists have been visiting in number. Around 3 million people have already visited Jammu and Kashmir. And this was carried out with an intention that the tourism that industry will be hit and this issue will be highlighted on international level. As well as you should also take under consideration that Vice President of America was on visit, and probably the hostile forces, as the government, many other parties are now pointing their finger towards Pakistan affiliated groups, that they wanted to grab some sort of attention because the Indian government have been successfully maintaining peace in Jammu and Kashmir and tourism was coming back. And now they got this opportunity and they hit these targets with an aim that there will be some sort of communal refute, there will be some sort of communal harmony between Muslims and Hindus. And they managed to target these civilians, innocent civilians.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Kamran Ashraf. Please stay with us. Mr. Kamran.
Yes.
Yeah. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has raised a question that why were no security forces present at the Pahalgam attack site? What's your observation?
No, you know, security forces are there, but this place is already been available for tourism purposes. You cannot install everywhere security because, you know, the tourism has to be free for everyone. You cannot be posing their men with guns and keeping some sort of environment which will be hostile for people. You know, what is happening here? Of course, there are questions being raised by everyone, like in government, the people at the helm of affairs are reassessing the situation, as well as the opposition is also supporting government and telling them that there needs to be some sort of accountability, and the security forces have to reassess where went this thing wrong, what happened, and what are the chances that these things will not occur again. But you know, this issue will be timely resolved, and security agencies, they will try to mitigate such standards which will not allow such a situation occur again. But what's important right now is that you have to understand that these attacks or such violence has been persistent. It has been carried out since a long period of time. Whenever the civilian governments, both in Pakistan and India, try to come closer, there has been attack. There has been always, like in whether in Kashmir, Delhi, or somewhere else in India. So it shows someone is playing behind the screen, someone is playing behind the curtains, and they don't want these two countries to have cordial relations. What for me, when we deconstruct this whole process, this whole situation, is that one has to understand you can change the friends. You can change the friends, but you cannot change the neighbor. If your neighbor is not respecting your sovereignty, if your neighbor is not respecting people, last week when Asim Munir was giving his speech to overseas Pakistani, he outrightly said, this is coming from an army chief of army, which is in your neighbor. And he said that they are very different from Hindus. What are you saying? What are you implying with that? And such statements are always dangerous. People who are with hostile propaganda nature, they will always find these excuses that they have to carry out some sort of attacks on India or in Kashmir. So, these statements are not going well in India also. You need to understand that the Pakistani establishment right now, the military establishment right now, is facing huge crisis when it comes to popularity in Pakistan. And people are not in cordial relations with the current military establishment. They have been in play with Imran Khan's party. They have been doing this nonsense within their own borders also. Now, if for me, who is looking Pakistan as if this state is doing well, the neighbors will do good, and they meet and they have the discussions all. But what happens right now is that the current military establishment is trying to find some sort of opportunity to escalate attention between two countries so that the people can provide them the same aura, the same states they want from them. And this is what people in Jammu and Kashmir are facing right now. You have to understand these things also. By mere saying that we don't have the evidences, there has not been any sort of preliminary investigations. These statements are futile, and this exercise is futile. You have to understand when something is happening currently in Jammu and Kashmir, you have to understand the past. It has been always continuously happening with India. It has been happening in Jammu and Kashmir also. You need to understand that these hostile forces, where do they come from? They have changed their tactics. They have diverted their actions in Pir Panchal area. They are coming in that area now, shooting these soft targets and creating some sort of fear within Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmir has been peaceful for a long period of time right now. People have been coming to Jammu and Kashmir. People have been enjoying the places, beautiful landscape in Jammu and Kashmir. But you have to understand this also, that whenever military establishment in Pakistan sees something positive in Jammu and Kashmir, they will always try to come and they will always try to destabilize this area. And right now they've got this opportunity, and everyone in Jammu and Kashmir are crying their hearts out, and they are coming out on streets. They are protesting. This is extraordinary for right now. This has never happened in Jammu and Kashmir. Such a huge number of locals have come out and condemned and protested against this. This has never happened. The people have changed their whole mindset. Now they understand what's happening around here. And they are now pointing their fingers also towards Pakistan. And this should stop. One has to understand that if you want to prosper, if you want to develop your nation, you need to focus on your domestic politics also. You cannot be relying always on destabilizing your counterpart and then using that propaganda for saving yourself. This is not going to happen again and again. You need to understand that, when Mr. Anwar was speaking about the Kashmir being subject to social reforms right now, and then India is doing some bad in Jammu and Kashmir, you need to understand that what happens in Islamabad is being onslaughted in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Former Prime Minister who was backed by Tehreek-e-Insaf in Kashmir, which is being held by Pakistan, has been overthrown. What happened? the former Prime Minister occupied Kashmir said outrightly that the ISI was involved in this. When you come up with such arguments and then blame India being complicit in Jammu and Kashmir is outrageous. You need to address your own problem also.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamran. অনেক ধন্যবাদ ডক্টর ইমতিয়াজ আহমেদ, ধন্যবাদ তাপস মিত্র। থ্যাংক ইউ ফর স্টেইং উইথ আস কামরান আশরাফ ভাট, মেজর আনোয়ার খুরশিদ। ভারত পাকিস্তানের একে অপরের যে পাল্টাপাল্টি অভিযোগ, চুক্তি বাতিল, যুদ্ধ, সব মিলিয়ে দক্ষিণ এশিয়ার উত্তেজনা একটা চরম পর্যায়ে পৌঁছে এসেছে এবং আজকের আলোচনা সেটি উঠে এসেছে। যদিও জাতিসংঘের মহাসচিব অ্যান্টনিও গুতেরেস ভারত পাকিস্তান উভয়কেই একতাবদ্ধ হয়ে সামনে যেন এই ধরনের ঘটনা না ঘটে তাদেরকে ঠিকঠাক একত্রিত হয়ে কাজ করার কথা বলছিলেন। এই ভালো থাকবেন সেই পর্যন্ত।